unfaltering principal, Mrs. Maricon C. Caro. Our fervent assistant principal, Mrs. Zenaida C. Meren. Our distinguished guest speaker, Dr. Marilendra A. Penetrante. Our exceptional teachers, faculty, and staff. Our incredibly supportive parents, and of course, my home away from home, my fellow batchmates and now alumni, good evening. Allow me to start off my speech by telling you a short story from a book by Eckhart Tolle. It's about a beggar who has been sitting on the roadside for around 30 years. The beggar holds out his cap, and as a stranger passes by him, the stranger says, "I have nothing to give you." So, the beggar sighs and his head drops down. After some time, the stranger says, "What are you sitting on?" The beggar looks underneath him and knocks on the cardboard box where he's comfortably seated. "Just a box," the beggar said. "It has nothing inside." Even so, the stranger says, "Why not take a look inside?" And to his surprise, the beggar saw the box filled with tons and tons of gold. "I am that stranger who is telling you to look inside the box. But not just in any box, somewhere closer, inside yourself, where the true wealth resides." Interpret it whichever way, I don't know, I haven't finished the book, and it most likely symbolizes a different thing. From reciting a book for a show and tell in a penguin outfit, to delivering a speech for our graduation in a black toga, I think to myself, it couldn't get any better than this. But then again, at some point in time, I wondered, whoever I was or whatever I could do then, that is all I will ever be. It turns out I have proven myself wrong. Minnie Shai wouldn't have known that she would be here on this stage talking to future accountants, lawyers, engineers, doctors, and nurses. Every year, I find myself transforming and evolving from a penny to a bill to a block of gold. But no matter how bright I shine, no matter how much I change for the world, I forget to have a look inside my box. As I get lost in the identity I show people, I forget to have a look inside myself. Hence, that true wealth, as students and ever-learning beings, is our true selves, our maximum potential, what makes us us. Every year, or every close to a chapter in our lives, does not mean a stop to our journey of self-discovery. There is definitely more treasure to discover out there, around us, and within us. And so, as we endeavor towards our successes, let us not forget to recognize those who turned our little pennies into blocks of gold, who bedazzled us with riches and jewels. I am especially grateful for the amazing people around me. Because of their love, support, and efforts, I am here right now. First and foremost, I would like to thank God Almighty. His unconditional and everlasting love prevails through His blessings of support, of strength, guidance, and wisdom. Everything and anything that I will do is in His name and all for Him. And I thank Him for giving me such wonderful, loving, and hardworking parents. To them, I say thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the hugs, kisses, and I love yous, and for the lessons, lectures, and advices. To my mom, the beauty and the brains, you are my number one idol, my number one inspiration. You are the reason why I want to pursue medicine, no matter how scary or stressful it seems. This is hard. I remember asking you face to face, what is your biggest goal in life? And you answered, to see me successful. Right then and there, that is all I ever wanted to achieve. You taught me to always strive for the best and never settle for less. I know that being a mother is not the easiest thing in the world. To think that you were able to raise me and Mia while having the time for your job, for yourself, for your hobbies, I can't help but be in awe of you. Thank you, and I love you, my idol. To my dad, my Teletubby, thank you for showing me the importance of balance and rest. I will forever be grateful for your constant reminders of huwag puro aral or huwag puro laro. You taught me how to be versatile. So no matter how busy I get, no matter how packed my weekends are, I always manage to have time for myself and of course for my family. Thank you as well for you're never afraid to show your love for us. Though I may not seem like I do, but I truly appreciate your spontaneous acts of affection. Thank you, and I love you, my Papa Bear. To the both of you, you showed me love in its purest and truest form. You showed me how love can transform a person, and you did it through me. I got this. And if ever there comes a time when you start doubting yourselves as parents, I just want to say that you are never lacking. You are the best parents I could ever have, and you're perfect just the way you are. So thank you, and I love you both. To my sister Mia, please listen carefully because this is rare. Though I may not show it or say it a lot, thank you. Thank you for being you, the carefree and creative you. I know that there's a lot of pressure on you right now, but I just want you to realize that you are your own person. You don't have to impress anyone, and you just have to be yourself. Do what you can, and do what you do best. Growing up won't be easy, I know, but I know you can do it. Ikaw pa. Thank you, and I love you, my Mia. To my nanay in Cavite, who raised me as my parents parents were finding a better life abroad. You are one of the strongest people I know. I will never get tired of your endless stories about yourself, about my parents, and about young me. Though we see each other all the time through a Skype call, I surely cannot wait to see you and hug you again that night. And for the times where I am away from the comfort of my own home, at least I know where to run to. For my girls, who were able to handle me, I truly am grateful for the bonds that we created and rekindled. For Merwin and Jessica, whose joy and presence fill whatever room. For Mika and Kalista, who I share the best inside jokes with. And for Rachel and Sophia, who never fail to give me a good laugh whenever I need one. Thank you for bringing the brightest colors into my grade life. For the 4 girls who made my senior high school adventures bearable. For Marie, who keeps me down to earth. For Miki, who keeps my values in check. For Jana, who taught me the art and beauty in details. And for, of course, Happy, who easily became one of my pillars of support, humility, and self-respect. Thank you for always reminding me to choose the right and honest choices in life. And to my boys, my knights in shining armor, no matter how unbelievable you guys can get, I truly appreciate each and every single one of you. Your mere existence reminds me to relax, have fun, and lose the tough and serious facade every once in a while. And to the rest of my batchmates, my student life was worth all of the sleepless nights, waterfall-like tears, because of each and every single one of you. Each day, no matter how much fatigue decides to govern my body and mind, you were there to recharge my social and mental batteries. No matter how impossible it seemed to get through my darkest and gloomiest weeks, you were there to replace my frown with a genuine smile. In this box full of treasures, moments with you all were the unique gems, stones, and ingots that are valuable and will continue to be valuable to me for as long as I remember. And for that, I thank you. To my church youth community, our time together may be short, but I still cherish each and every single moment I had with you all. I will always admire how your words of encouragement are so timely and so well said. I assure you that the David in me will stand up against any Goliath, and that the fire in me will keep burning always. And to my juniors, my little brothers and sisters, who I'm always proud of, I will always be grateful for our random interactions around campus. To the grade 11, some who may be here today, our simple highs and hellos and playful banters, though they may be insignificant to some, add a dash of glitter to my box of treasures. To Curie, specifically to Dara, Aisha, and Leia, your smiles and enthusiasm are enough. Seeing your smiles and enthusiasm whenever you see me is enough for me to keep moving and pushing on with my day. And to, of course, to Ray, my second semester would not be complete without you. Despite me being the older sister figure, thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable. During a part of this, I have to be stronger because I'm older myself. Thank you for making me feel alive and for making me feel human again. To my juniors, thank you for bringing me ease in such a hectic and taxing environment. And on behalf of the Grade 12 Batch 2024, I would like to extend my most profound gratitude to my dearest teachers, the faculty and staff, and to the administration. Not only have you built a foundation, a strong foundation that fortified quality and exemplary education, you housed and nurtured students into becoming their extraordinary and principled selves. We cannot thank you enough for your consistency, persistence, and eagerness to provide us with the comprehensive knowledge and various skills, and to instill in us as well the right attitude and forward outlooks in life. And I would like to especially thank Mami Liz, our advisor, for giving me the book and inspiring me to revolve this speech around it. Your subjects always give me food for thought, and each class always leave my mind satisfied and full, while still questioning and craving for more. The lessons may be confusing, yes, but thank you for turning them into manageable pieces. I'm sure that Navarra will agree with me when I say this, but you are one of the best advisors we ever had. I don't know how you were able to handle all 50 of us. 50 names, 50 voices, 50 very interesting and eccentric personalities, some of which may be crazier than others. So I commend you a lot for that. And to the rest of the teachers who shaped me into becoming flexible with any skill, my admiration towards you all is of a degree higher than the weather. Thank you, Eugene. My dear batchmates, this day is probably, if not, one of the hardest goodbyes, one of the most difficult pills to swallow, one of the most bittersweet ends. But one thing is for sure, we made it. Just as we thought that there would be no checkered flag at the end of that capsule project or that entrepreneurship business, look around and look how far we have come. From a penny to a bill, from a bill to a pot of gold, ourselves, our treasures, are just waiting for our cue. Our cue to change and transform into better versions of ourselves, or our cue to discover more about what else is there that we can and will do. As we continue to dig deep and explore the inner depths of ourselves in hopes to find some sort of treasure or gold, let us not forget those who refined, forged, and bejeweled us. Once again, I would like to extend my deepest and most sincere gratitude to you all who have made my Fusion chapter golden. As I stand here and I look at all of you, I see diamonds. And to that, I say let us continue to shine. Congratulations to us all, and may God bless us all.